Government is preparing to establish an independent regulatory commission to regulate the media. This revelation was made by Minister of Parliamentary Reforms and Mass Media Gayantha Karunatilaka while addressing a conference held in Colombo yesterday.
According to the committee stage amendments to the 19th Amendment to the Constitution which were introduced, journalists can be imprisoned under criminal charges. Clause 28 of the bill reads that under election law or a referendum, in the event that guidelines issued by the Elections Commissioner during an election or a referendum are not complied with, legal action can be taken on criminal charges, even against privately owned media institutions. The maximum punishment is a prison sentence of 3 years or a fine not exceeding 100,000 rupees. In its determination of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution on the 15th of April 2015, the Supreme Court held that the suggested clause seeking to regulate private media amounted to an arbitrary exercise which will severely impinge upon the rights of citizens and media institutions. Accordingly, court held that the said clause violated Article 3 of the Constitution and therefore had to be approved by the people at a referendum. Thereby, the government was compelled to remove the restricting clause from the bill. Many in the political spectre point out that the government is gearing up to suppress the media through other means.
We held talks to create an independent regulatory commission for the media. We need to further affirm the freedom of journalists. We have to take measures to secure the safety of their information. As a government, we will not try to enforce anything on anyone. Just like we formulated the Right to Information Act, which was rated as the third strongest act in the world, we will obtain the views of the media sector, the public and all experts in the field to create an independent regulatory commission within 3 months. We hope to bring this to Parliament soon.
මේක පාර්ලිමේන්තුවට ගේන්න පුළුවන් විදිහට කටයුතු කරන්න අපි බලාපොරොත්තු.
දරන්නා වූ බරපතල උත්සාහයක් විදිහටයි අපි විශ්වාස කරන්නේ. දැන් මේ ආණ්ඩුව බලයට ආවේ.
This government came into power on a promise to uphold democracy and ensure democratic rights. But soon after coming into power, this government attempted through the 19th Amendment to limit the people's right to express their views via the media and to limit the media's criticism of the government. In the end, the inclusion of these provisions in the 19th Amendment was prevented through judicial action. Later, the government trumpeted about the Right to Information Act and adopted it. They say it upholds the right to information and that it is the best act of its kind in the world. We have submitted our criticisms, but the government continues to claim that the act upholds the right to information. Against this backdrop, with the statement made by the media minister today, it appears to us that they are in the process of drafting another bill which will curtail the Right to Information Act. It is clear to us that they are attempting to censor the media when the media reports on fraud, corruption and violation of procedure on the part of the government.
If they cannot uphold this, if they cannot bear it, if they cannot face it, then it is not a sign of good governance. If they are attempting to carry out state-sponsored oppression of the media or to steer the media as per the whims of the state, we are not prepared to accept it. The Mahinda Rajapaksa regime too made various such attempts. If the good governance government, which was elected because of the force that built against such attempts made by the previous regime, is now attempting to appoint such commissions to control and steer the media, then it is a very serious matter.
We
remember the threats which were levelled at journalists in Parliament. We as the joint opposition worked towards removing the clauses of the 19th Amendment to the Constitution which were brought in to punish and control these institutions, and we will continue to work towards this. The government is afraid of the measures taken by the media to expose information to the people. On one hand, the government is bringing various kinds of legislation to suppress and slash the freedom of the media, and on the other hand, they are making statements that an act which grants the right to information has been approved for media institutions and journalists. It appears that the good governance government has forgotten the promises it made on democracy and the right to provide information. So we would like to remind the government of this once again. The media exposing fraud and corruption is a good thing. We are happy about the fact that even your media institution has taken measures to expose certain irregularities of the government which took place not too long ago. But with that being said, there is also a need for the media to work with a sense of responsibility. If this does not happen, I believe that because of the acts of certain media, not yours, but certain websites and so on and so forth, good people in the country will not enter politics. Today, this government has fallen to a point where they cannot move forward with the openness the media possesses. So the Ministry of Mass Media themselves are trying to initiate a plan to trap and limit the media to one place. All of you have to unite to secure the rights of the media. They are trying to bring forth a standardization on the media in a bid to prevent their malpractices and incapabilities from being showcased among the people and the world. So it is the responsibility of the media to ascertain if the hand is being extended to them for the right reasons, or if the Ranil Wickremesinghe government is trying to initiate its usual trend of suppressing the struggle of the people and the media like in 88 and 89. So rally all the media for this purpose. The leaders of the Frontline Socialist Party are prepared to give up everything, even our lives, for the sake of the people's rights.